Okay. Woo! Hi, everybody. I am Jessica Lanier, also known as Coach Jess, also known as the Health Patriot, if you do not know me. And this month, our wellness community, we're talking about, well, the theme is grilling and chilling. So we're talking about healthy summer grilling recipes and chilling. And that is represents how to regulate or calm the nervous system. And I wanted to give us a kickoff video. This was supposed to happen yesterday, but my nervous system got a lot of stimulation yesterday with two of my kids hurting themselves and a lot of crazy work stuff happening. So nevertheless, here we are. All right, so let's talk about the nervous system. What is it? Well, it's one of the reasons why I wanted to teach about it this month, because I feel like in our culture, especially, let's be honest, predominantly the community here that we have is women. There's a lot of moms, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, there's a lot of nurses and medical healthcare workers, respiratory therapists. There are some chiropractors in here, there's some teachers in here, and all of those roles carry a common theme of consistent stimulation. You're always being stimulated. You're always needing to answer to someone. You always have something to do. And in our culture, we really encourage this state of always being on and always being busy. And then it has created these neurological addictions to stimulation. When we are constantly being stimulated, our nervous system sometimes can start to go haywire. Well, what does that look like if you have nervous system dysfunction, as a very fancy term, or an imbalance in your nervous system? Some of the symptoms can be an increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, rapid and shallow breathing, sweating. You may sweat more than normal. Heightened alertness all the time. The most common two symptoms, though, that most people experience nowadays that are in this group is heightened anxiety and stress. Anyone? A constant feeling of unease or expecting things to go wrong. Sleep disturbances, digestive issues, and a weakened immune system. Those are some of the top symptoms. Who doesn't have any of those, right? No, I see no hands in the room. Okay, so today I just wanted to do a quick introduction and breakdown of what this nervous system is, a basic overview. And then this month, we're gonna focus on something that's called sympathetic dominance. And I'm gonna teach you what that is. So let's start with an overview of the nervous system. It can be divided into two main parts that work together to regulate our body's functions. The nervous system is very important, and this encompasses from a somatic perspective, meaning our body, your nervous system is your spine, all of your nerves. Your nerves is your communication pathways. So the things that tell the brain to lift the hand, the brain is using nerves to communicate that. If I was to smash my finger, there's nerve endings that communicate to the brain. There's pain. There's something you need to withdraw your hand, right? Well, you have two primary systems called your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is responsible for your body's fight or flight response. Most of you have probably heard that. So that our fight or flight response prepares us for action because there's a threat or there's something stressful. If you were hiking in the woods and you saw a bear behind you, imagine what's going to happen to your body. Your heart drops, right? And everything starts tensing up, and your body prepares for survival to flight, to run faster than you've ever run before. Have you heard of those stories of moms that are able to lift cars off of their children? Because something freak of nature happens when we get this rush of endorphins to make us faster, stronger, whatever we need to do to fight off the threat or to flee from the threat. That is a survival response. The second part of our nervous system is the parasympathetic, and that is also called the rest and digest, or feed and breathe system. I like rest and digest, it's easier to conceptualize. So we're primarily supposed to always be in our parasympathetic state, meaning the majority of our lives, we should be in the rest and digest mode, meaning that our body is healing and recovering. We're at rest, we're at peace, we're not stressed, and we're able to digest our food properly, so that our body can break it down and assimilate all the nutrients to get it to where it needs to go for our bodies to function properly and all of our systems to function properly. Its primary role is to promote relaxation, conserve energy for if a threat was to come, and support the body's normal day-to-day functions. When the parasympathetic is activated, it slows down the heart rate, it promotes digestion, it stimulates the release of your digestive enzymes, and allows the body to rest and recover. So it's really important to activate this system in our body. Now I want you to think of your life. And obviously we all have different lives and different circumstances. How many of you are primarily in your sympathetic nervous system? Most of the time, you're breathing shallow, you are on edge, you are prepared to go, you're constantly telling yourself, I have to do this, what do I have to do today, how do I have to show up? Your kids are fighting in the background, your kids are doing something, your kids are pooping on the floor, then they're running out in front of a car, and then, oh my gosh, I'm late for work, hurry up and eat your cereal. I'm activating your sympathetic nervous system as we speak. That is called sympathetic dominance, when you are primarily in the state of your sympathetic nervous system activation. And when you are in that place of sympathetic dominance, you will have negative symptoms, such as those that I highlighted earlier, where your blood pressure, your heart rate are higher than normal, your palms get sweaty, you have digestive issues because you're not ever going into that parasympathetic where your body's creating and releasing more digestive enzymes and it's intentionally digesting your food. You're eating fast, you're eating on the go, you're eating while standing, you're eating while on the run, you're eating while driving in your car. You're not really thinking about what's going into your body, you're just hungry, so you're eating whatever comes your way. That is not healthy, my friends. And over time, the compound effect of that will cause problems. It will also cause burnout. And I work with a lot of people and have over many years who have struggled with adrenal fatigue, or HPA axis dysfunction is another word for that. And it's the end result, one of the end results of being in this state of sympathetic dominance for a long time. What happens on a hormonal level is it constantly is triggering your cortisol to the point where your body becomes deficient in cortisol and fatigue starts to sit in. Your blood pressure, instead of being high for a long time, ends up coming down and can be really low. You can have hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, really low metabolism, headaches, very slow digestion, bloating, constipation. Think of everything being slow. Hypothyroidism. A lot of people will develop Hashimoto's, an autoimmune thyroid condition, from this constant sympathetic dominance. In no way do we heal when we're in sympathetic dominance. And so it's something to pay attention to. It's something to be aware of. And this month, we're going to talk about tips of how to promote activation of the parasympathetic nervous system so that we're intentionally taking time each day to activate this side of our nervous system. How fun is that? Okay, today I'm going to teach you your first exercise, and it's deep breathing. I know all y'all know that breathing deep and doing breathing exercises are good for you, but how many of you actually do them? I was at my chiropractor today, and I told him that this month I'm teaching on the nervous system, and I asked if he had any resources that he likes to share with his patients or any of favorite things. And he said, I love that you're doing that. And the number one thing that people need to understand is they have to do intentional breathing exercises. It's one of the only ways to activate that parasympathetic nervous system. And it's so important. We have to do it. It has to be intentional. It's not just going to happen. In our culture, we're too stimulated. If you're in our modern day culture with TVs and Wi-Fi and internet and cell phones and all the stimulation, you're always going to be on, even if it's things that are invisible to you, like the internet everywhere. That's an electromagnetic frequency that's constantly hitting your body, and it's a very high frequency that's stressing you out, stressing me out all the time. I use it for my work. I always have my phone on me. I have a blocker on it, a radiation blocker, but still it's constant stimulation. So we are going to learn diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing. Okay, I've talked about this before, but here's what we're going to do. Let's see, I'm going to have to come back a little bit. Okay, so you're going to put your one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. For all of you who are like, what are you doing, Jessica? Is this some like new age freaky kind of thing? No, it is not, Gwenda. It is a scientific, proven technique. You're just activating different muscles in your body, okay? So I'm gonna go this way. You have hand on your belly, hand here. I want you to breathe normal, how you usually do. What is going up and down? Is it your chest or is it your belly? What's more, where is there more movement? Ask yourself. Okay, most people are in their chest and they're shallow breathing. We are gonna activate the belly. This is how babies breathe because it's normal and what we're supposed to do, and we get out of the habit. So you are going to make sure that your chest stays flat when you're breathing. You do not want it to go out. You don't want it to increase. You want your chest to stay still, and you want to make sure your belly expands when you are breathing in air. Okay? And then you're going to breathe out and you want your belly to come in. Okay, we're going to do it together. Ready? You're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and out for 4. Let's go. How was that? Challenging? Okay, we're going to do it 2 more times. I'm going to count with you. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Again. In. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Is it just me, or did the vibe in this video get a little more chill? That is how we activate our chill center. I think that's what we'll call it. It's way more fun than parasympathetic. All right, I'm so excited for this month, you guys. I will be back weekly. I will be doing posts in our chat thread with tips of how to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. I will also be sharing recipes in our chat thread as well as in our bod group, Grillin' and Chillin'. So if you are not in our bod group community, my door just randomly opened. Talk about triggering my sympathetic nervous system. Weird. If you're not in our bod group or our chat thread, it's here on Facebook, and it's really amazing. That's where our active community is in that messenger thread. We post workouts, our pictures, post workout recipes, questions, encourage each other. So if you'd like to be in any of those and you're not, please reach out to me or your coach. It's part of our team. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.